Hi guys, and welcome back to Monday News with Angelica and Britt.
This week in our town is Fair Week. We have the Midway Carnival or whatever you call it. They came in, they were setting up yesterday. I think today's opening day. I've seen a lot of good rides there. And speaking of rides and the fair, this little boy was missing and the sheriff department was notified. I think it was in Chicago or Minnesota, one of the two. I'm sorry I don't have that info. And so everyone was kind of scared, didn't know where the boy was. Well, what he decided to do is hop on his battery-powered John Deere tractor and drive to his local fair to get on his favorite ride, the Tilt-A-Whirl.
The Tilt-A-Whirl.
Yep, the sheriffs found him standing next to the Tilt-A-Whirl, and he was then reunited with his dad, and they suspended his license by removing the battery from the tractor.
Wait, how old was he?
It says a toddler, and then it says young boy, so I'm assuming like maybe 3-ish.
It must be in one of, can't you get, like, farmers' kids, can't they get their license early?
You gotta be like 13 or 14, I think.
Oh, okay.
But this was like little Power Wheels tractor, like
Oh.
Eleanor size. He was a little boy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and there was a quote from his parents saying he had been so excited like a few days before watching them set up all the rides. So they kind of had a hunch that maybe they should look there for him.
That is so frightening to me. I can't imagine being a little kid and going to the fair alone. Like, I would have been so scared to do stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, I mean, you want to do it, you have the idea, but actually executing it. He said he just rode the sidewalk all the way there. Like, no one stopped to question why this little tiny kid is all alone. Like, he was probably so proud.
Oh my gosh. I think sometimes people see stuff like that and they don't want to question it just because they don't want to, like, go talk to a random toddler and then have the parents come up and be like, why are you talking to my kid? But, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that some people, but, like, at the same time, wouldn't you be like, what? Like, this kid's clearly alone.
Yeah. I know. I keep an eye out for alone kids. Like, I don't go up unless I see need be. Like, when we were at the beach, there was this little girl, and her mom was way up by, like, the cars playing on her phone, and this little girl kept going into deeper and deeper water. Now, me and my daughter had been sitting with her, talking to her, and all of a sudden, you could see she was, like, up to her chin, and she was trying to call for her mom, and her mom couldn't hear her because she was busy playing on her phone. So I went over and grabbed her out of the deep water. Like, she wasn't drowning or anything yet, but, I mean, keep an eye. She was 3.
Well, she had no life vest or anything on. Like, if you're going to let your kid go in the lake, she was really little. Like,
yeah, she told me she was 3. She still had a diaper on, like a normal diaper.
Yeah, I saw that too. Because she came up to us when I was trying to help her son, like, swim. She came up and she was, like, talking to us and stuff, and then she actually stole your daughter's bucket.
Yeah, she didn't want to give me the bucket back.
Yeah, and it's just like the whole time that she was talking to us, I'm like, where is this girl's mom? Because it was really weird. I was sitting with your daughter, but she was like coming over to us and just like talking to us and getting really close to us, and I'm like,
yeah,
where is this girl's mom?
She wanted someone to play with so bad, and she had 2 older brothers with her, but they were wearing jeans, not in the water.
Okay, I didn't even know that they were with her.
They were up there with the mom.
I couldn't even tell who the mom was, or I looked around to see if there was someone like on the beach looking at her, and no, I'm like, what is going on? Like, these people, they're just not paying any attention to their kid.
And so that's scary, because that was a small beach, you know, usually everyone who goes there knows of the people who are there. But like, so the fair, if they go to the fair this week, is she gonna let her just wander off by herself? Like,
Yeah, some people, you see that their young kids, like, have to kind of grow up so fast because their parents don't pay any attention to them.
Yeah.
And it's, like, one thing, you don't want to, like, over-coddle your kids, but you also don't want them to, like, drown in a lake.
Yeah.
You know? You gotta find a good balance there.
Yeah.
This story isn't, like, funny, but it's interesting, and I wanted to touch on it because we talked about this same thing happening before, and I just think it's really weird that it keeps happening and it keeps being in the news, and it's like, at this point, why are police departments and like politicians and stuff, why are they not paying more attention to what they're doing on Facebook? So in Canada, there was an American woman and her Australian boyfriend. They went on vacation together in Canada to like spend time together, and they ended up getting murdered. There was a double homicide. They were found like on a highway or something in Canada.
On a highway?
Yeah, and I'm not sure of all the details with that, but I think the police are still like trying to figure it out. They're still investigating. But apparently the police department decided to do a press conference, and they did it on Facebook Live. And guess what happened?
A filter.
Cat filter.
Oh my gosh.
Always the cat filter.
Why? What?
I don't know, and it's like, I don't use Facebook anymore, but does anyone use Facebook like Live and do like filters? Do people do that?
Well, the people who I see doing Facebook Lives are like the ladies showing us how to do their makeup so that we'll buy from them.
And they don't use filters?
No, of course they don't. They want us to see how they go from natural to dolled up, you know?
Yeah, that's the only time I've ever seen it, and it's like,
oh,
at this point, why doesn't Facebook just get rid of the filters?
I do see a couple people using it. It's the people who do like the jewelry parties. They always put a little funny filter on. But it never looks good. It's always blurry.
Yeah, and it's like, if you really want to do that, like if I want to post something on Twitter that has a filter on it, I'll just use Snapchat, save the video and put it on Twitter. Like, you don't need it on Facebook. It's causing more issues.
Well, and who does a live press conference on Facebook? Like, people think Facebook is so much more formal than it's meant to be.
Yeah, and so they ended up having to delete that first one and re-upload a new one that didn't have the filters on. But it's like...
Wait, that's a complicated process if it was live.
Yeah.
Because then you have to wait for it to be done processing and then delete it and then start a whole new live one. It's not just like uploading.
I'm guessing that they had another, like they were recording it for TV or something, so they just like somehow like, you know, they just use that. But it's like, what are you guys doing? Like, these police departments need to hire younger people, obviously.
Or they're trying to catch more attention by, oopsie.
That could be it.
Like, what?
But like, hire some younger people, because I feel like only an old person would make that mistake.
Well, I mean, and once it pops up, turn it off real quick.
Yeah, how do they not notice?
Like, a filter's not permanent.
They might have had comments turned off, you know, so they might not have seen, but I'm sure that people were like trying to let them know, like, hey, you're talking about a double homicide with a cat filter, with like whiskers and ears on you, like, what?
Wait, okay, so it was on the police officer?
Yeah.
And he was like standing up at the podium with the little, oh my gosh.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's like, what is going on? The article that I read, they like compared it to an episode of Black Mirror. They were like, this literally felt like we were in an episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Where like,
to be able to get enough attention from the media, we have to use a filter. Like, they're using it on purpose to get the info about the murder out.
Yeah. Or like episode where like nobody takes regular pictures or videos of themselves. Like, they all use filters, so it's just normal to do a cat filter on a police video.
Speaking of, have you seen, let me know if you guys have seen the trailer for the new Cats movie?
Not yet. I've been meaning to watch it though. I was just about to watch a video last night before I went to bed about it, but I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, it looks like humans and felines had a species together. It looks really creepy. Like, okay, it's really good CGI, but at the same time, it's really creepy.
Oh.
And they have tons of like high-named celebrities in it. Tons of them.
I always thought Cats was a weird play. I mean, I've never seen it, but like, I always thought it was strange. Like, the whole thing just seems ridiculous, and I've heard that it's not good at all, but people just like it because they come into the audience, you know? So people get excited.
Interactive.
Yeah. I've heard that, like, basically the plot and, like, the actual play makes no sense, and it's, like, crazy, but since they come into the audience, like, tourists will go and see it.
Yeah. Can we put a little clip up so they can see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
All right. Here you go, guys.
Here we go.
Okay, so at the Santa Rosa Beach in Florida, a man named Gary was just enjoying the water when he spotted a bottle bobbing nearby. There's been quite a bit of like messages in a bottles found lately. I've seen like 4 stories within the last maybe 2 months. So he grabbed the bottle out of the water and uncorked it and discovered it contained a message from a man who tossed it into Lake Michigan, in 1995. And I'm going to read you guys the note. Hello, June 16th, 1995, Frankfort, Michigan. I have tossed this bottle into the water to bring joy to anyone who finds it. This whiskey bottle was full a few short hours earlier. If you find this, call me and I'll buy you a drink.
Oh my gosh.
So there was a phone number on the paper, and the man said he attempted to send a text to the number on the note, and it was still in service. And it still belonged to the author of the note.
What?
Yeah. And the man is 49 years old now, the man who wrote the note. Can you imagine having the same phone number for 49 years? Or 20, what was it, 26 years?
How old was he when he did it?
Well, it was 1995. So, I mean, okay, having the same phone number since 1995.
Yeah, that's really crazy.
But I just thought, like, I didn't read it all the way down when I first read it. So I'm genuinely surprised, too, that it was still the same working number. That's
Yeah,
so cool.
especially because in 95, like, that's like a long time ago to have, it was a cell phone?
I guess, I mean, maybe that it was that guy's landline number. So, like, he asked if he could put it onto his cell phone because most people got rid of landlines by now.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and if it was a cell phone, I mean, like, in 95, some people had cell phones.
but they were them big ones.
Yeah, well, when was it? I'm trying to remember because my mom got a cell phone, like, it was like a weird, ugly one. It wasn't even a flip phone. It was like just this gold.
Yeah.
Like,
Nokia, I think they were.
Maybe.
My mom had a Nokia one. It was blue.
Yeah, and like it was like when I was pretty young, but she was like the only person I knew with a cell phone.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't like, so the fact that he still had that number and everything, that's so insane.
That's awesome. And it made it from Michigan to Florida, which is like crazy. How'd it go from a Great Lake to the ocean? Oh, there's probably rivers, right?
Yeah, I mean there must be. That's
We're not
really
good at
weird.
geography today.
Especially because it's Lake Michigan. Like if it was Lake Erie.
Yeah, it could have floated all the way around. It must have like went through some. All right.
So did he buy him a drink?
I don't know that. I don't know.
I hope he did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one of them would have to travel.
Yeah, but still, that would be really interesting.
That would be cool. That's a good way to make new friends. It might take
20 years,
Yeah.
decades.
but it's worth a shot
Yeah,
of whiskey.
yeah.
Get it? Because it was a whiskey bottle.
Okay, my next story, this one's just goofy all around, but I thought it was really funny. This teen was supposed to be getting his senior photos done, and his cousin, who's a photographer, came to pick him up to take him to like a field or something to do them.
Yeah.
And she said he was wearing like sweatpants and like, you know, like pajama clothes, and she was like, oh, okay, he must have a change of clothes with him, like that's kind of weird, but whatever. So they go take the pictures, and he puts on a bathrobe.
What?
And she said she couldn't stop laughing. She didn't want to do it, but that he was really stubborn. So she took his senior photos in a bathrobe. She said when she got home, it was super weird because she just had like 100 photos of him in a bathrobe doing weird stuff.
Oh, no.
So he wanted to get his senior photos done in a bathrobe. He said he was trying to become a legend.
Well, and it went viral, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
He did become a legend, I guess, but it's just so funny because it's like, what? He said he wanted his photo to be different and stuff.
Did the school allow it in? I wonder.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure they did. Because, like, our school had a lot of rules with, like like it had to be a certain way or whatever. But
Yeah.
they didn't say anything about clothes.
Clothes are optional, I guess.
Yeah.
That's funny. I think I seen a picture of it when I was scrolling last night. We were out of town all weekend, so I wasn't on social media much over the weekend, but was he like kind of a heavier set kid and the bathrobe was blue?
So this is,
Oh, yeah.
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 So it's an interesting look. But yeah, I'm sure that his parents were not happy about it because they were under the impression that he was going to get like nice senior photos done.
Yeah.
Like he didn't tell anybody about it until he got out there. And then he refused to do anything that wasn't in a bathrobe.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
Yeah, so now they're calling him like a style legend and clearly stylish and stuff.
Aww.
But it reminded me of Shane Dawson because he always wears a bathrobe. And he lives in LA and I'm always watching his videos like, how are you wearing this like thick, nice bathrobe in LA?
Yeah. So I saw, like, we talked about Area 51 and the raid and all that, and you guys have seen on social media that everyone's like, yeah, right, no one's going to show up. These people can't afford the travel and blah, blah, blah. Well, the hotels near it and around it are filling up. One of them is already booked. And so they said that they'll set up camping outside of the hotel. All these people, they weren't joking.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be as big as, because isn't there, how many people is it now?
It was like 500,000 about.
Yeah, there's like a lot of people signed up for it, so I doubt all of them are going to show up. But it sounds like, I mean, the alien community is a pretty big community.
That we know of.
Yeah. But, you know, like the people that go to like alien conventions and stuff, like a lot of people do go to that.
Alien conventions?
But yeah, there's like flat earth conventions, there's like alien conventions, like
There's
all that
zombie
stuff.
conventions?
I'm sure.
Oh.
I haven't seen any, but I guarantee that there's like, you know, like preppers probably have conventions.
Yeah. So, like, I don't even know how to feel about it because the government, the military, they already know the people are planning this. So them people who are actually going, it can go like one of a few ways. Like, it's either going to be like a mass murder type of thing, like everyone's just going to get shot down because they've been warned, or they're going to like release something that shouldn't be released, or I don't even know what to think.
Well, my only concern with it, my biggest concern with it is that because like the people who are super into aliens and stuff, that go to like conventions and all that, they've probably been like near Area 51 before, so they know that the surrounding area, like there's not towns and stuff around there. The surrounding area is like a desert, like dangerous desert.
Oh, and I'm sure the ones who have booked the rooms, they've already done tons of research.
Yeah.
They have a plan.
But I'm hoping that a lot of, you know, like a lot of like YouTube vloggers and like people like that are probably going to show up. And I'm hoping that they like bring the necessary things. Like I hope they bring water and all that stuff because there's not stores around there. You know, like you have to be prepared. And if you're not, you could, like, it could get really dangerous.
Yeah, because it's like desert.
Yeah, and I mean, there's not really much surrounding it. So, you know, like, you don't want to be stuck out in the middle of nowhere in the desert where you don't know where you are. And the only thing you could know where it is Area 51.
Yeah.
That's not going to be helpful if you need something.
So when everyone started doing that age face app thing, the Area 51 kind of cooled down a bit, so I'm really surprised to hear that rooms are actually booking. The more info we get, we'll keep you guys updated in our videos, just because I'm super interested to see how it's going to play out.
Yeah, and I also just heard, do you remember I was telling you about that Bob Lazar guy?
Yeah.
So he, like, claims to have worked near Area 51 on, like, alien technology and all this stuff, and he came out and said, like, hey guys, this is stupid because there's not alien technology at Area 51 and never has been. It's actually at, I forget what he called it, but it's a site near Area 51 that's like in the side of a mountain that he said that's where the alien technology is. You guys are not even going to the right place, like possibly risking your lives and that's not even
Oh,
where it is.
so hold
But
up.
he hasn't worked for the government in like 30 years, so, you know, he doesn't know for sure.
Maybe there's going to be like different brigades. So there's going to be frontliners. They're going to storm Area 51 while the like special ops go to that cave in the mountain. So
Yeah.
it's like a distraction.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Mm.
I'm not sure if anyone knows like where that one is though. Like we know where Area 51 is.
Well, people have went searching for D.B. Cooper's treasure, so I'm
Yeah.
sure that they would go searching for that.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of like military stuff around it, like to keep people out.
I wonder if there's turrets.
Okay, so my last story is about Andre 3000 from Outkast, you know?
Yeah. Is he
And-
the front man?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he has recently been spotted in LA and Philadelphia like a bunch of times playing the flute. And people are like seeing him and they're posting about it and they're like, what is going on? Like everyone's saying that they saw a man playing a flute and they were like, oh, that's weird. And then they realized it was him and they were like, what? He was at like LAX, the airport in
Yeah.
LA, and he was playing a flute while going through TSA. And then he was spotted like several times all around Philadelphia playing a flute. And I guess because he's in movies, and I guess he was like shooting a movie in Philadelphia, so that's why he was there. But yeah, he's just going around playing a flute.
He's not the only celebrity who can play a flute. I just watched an interview with Lizzo. She was in the UK on a talk show over there, and she played the flute for them while twerking.
Okay, that's pretty impressive.
She did good.
That's pretty impressive. But yeah, it's like, what is he doing? That is so weird. And so
Like
now,
on the streets? Was he panning?
I don't think so. I think he was just walking around playing a flute. And so all these people have pictures like of him playing a flute, and then they go up to him and get a picture with him.
Aww.
Yeah, so kind of weird, but interesting.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I could take one of my instruments everywhere I go, I would walk around playing my instrument too.
Remember that guy who was by Walmart who played the violin
Yeah.
for a while? That was like so sweet. When we drove by, I would like crack my window to listen, and I don't think he didn't have like a hat out or anything.
He had his violin case sitting out for tips or whatever, but he was really good.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And like we don't have like people that do that stuff around here very often, you know, like I've been to like New York and seen people doing that, but usually if we have any people like by the nearest Walmart, they're just standing with a sign,
Yeah.
you know? So it was like really beautiful to see, like, and he was so good at it.
Mm-hmm. And he was like old.
Yeah, he was so sweet. He like was just sitting in a chair like playing the violin on the corner. It was really beautiful.
Yeah. I liked it a lot. So those are our stories for today. Please chime in. We'd like to hear from you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. Just hit us up.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Thanks.
Bye.